Hey guys, what's going on? This is your girl Nicole. Um, I just wanted to pop back in. I know it's been about like roughly 2 weeks since I made my last video. Within that 2 weeks, a lot has happened. I've been going through a lot. I've been going through a lot of just things, right? I do believe that in that particular video that I made about 2 weeks ago, I talked about how I wasn't living in my apartment, and how I was, in a homeless shelter, and how I had to surrender my dog, right? And that took a big toll on me, right? And these are things that like all happened within a matter of days and weeks. Not to mention my father was on life support. And doctors was telling my sister like, get ready, start making funeral preparations for him because it doesn't look good, right? So, well, there has been some good news. My father is off of life support and out of the hospital. He's back in the nursing home. He's doing well. So all praises go to the Most High on that one. But these past 2 weeks, just these past 4 to 6 months, like I have really been battling, especially with not being in my apartment and just having to adjust and cope to, this new space that I'm in my life, right? And I can tell you, like, I am. I'm not the happiest, but I know I'm not okay, right? Because in the midst of all of this, shuffling back and forth, trying to do the things that God wants me to do, being homeless in a homeless shelter. It's not really a shelter, it's a hotel, right? I'm in my own room. They're supposed to be roommates, but I have the room to myself. The bathroom is inside of the room, so it's much different than where I was being held at. Much different. And, it was just, yeah, I'm glad that I'm here, but I've really been like dealing with a lot of anxiety, fear, all of these things, right? So a lot of the things that God had called me to do, like, let's just say, going back to working out, going back to my eating habits, just taking back control of my life. God has really been saying, like, Nikki, start prioritizing your health. I'm up there. I'm 40 now. So it's like, I can't eat the same foods that I was eating when I was 20, 25, even 30. I'm 40, right? I've fallen back into, like, my old eating habits. And I think I touched on this. Just a lot of processed foods, sugars, things of that nature, and one of the things that God was calling me back to was working out. I'm scared to go back to working out, I'm gonna be honest, because it's just like I don't want to do that. The only thing that I really want to do is just not get out of bed and eat all day and watch YouTube or just watch videos, yeah, I don't want to do anything else really. So you know, but God has been calling me to do a lot of things. And just with my situation, with my predicament, I have not been able to do those things. I don't have the energy or the courage to do those things. And these are all things that I started, but I never went to, like, I haven't kept on because I just kind of put it down because life has really, like, knocked me back off my square, right? Um, you know, writing a book was one, you know. Um, Working out was another thing. You know, that was something that God was calling me to go back to those two things. You know, I started it, but I didn't finish. I'm good at starting things and going, but completing it, I don't always complete. And I think for me, that's something that he's like, yeah, no, you're going to have to complete these things, right? And I just feel like I need, like, a team of people to tell me how to run my life, right? Or just kind of show me how to do that. You know, I'm dead serious, like, because you leave it to me, I'm like a big time procrastinator, you know, and my mental health has not been in top tier shape. You know, for me, me trying to think about writing a book right now, I don't think so. Me going back to the gym right now, I don't think so. But I know that essentially these are things that I'm going to have to go back to doing, right? I'm just in a space where I don't know, you know? And 9 times out of 10, I let my fear and my anxiety talk me out of, you know, doing the things that God called me to do. And that's where my disobedience lies, you know, like I'm obedient on certain things, but then other things I'm too fearful, I'm too this, I'm too that to even do or think about, right? And today is one of those things I think God is really convicting me to, like, really just get back on the ball, you know? But it's been difficult, you know? And the weather has not been permitting for me to do what I want to do. It has been, like, storming outside. Like, it's been cold, it's been rainy. And I'm just kind of like, all right, you know. And you know, I kind of, like, lost a lot of enthusiasm with life because I feel like every time I get something started, something happens, and then boom, I get knocked back down, and then I'm out of there, and then I get back up, and then boom, something else, and I just kind of lost enthusiasm for a lot of things. I'm gonna be honest. For the book, for working out, the only thing that excites me really is food. But I know that I can't keep going in this space. I know that I can't keep going and doing in the way that I've been doing things, right? So the spirit of obedience, I tell you, obedience makes me itch because I'm rebellion. I'm rebellious, you know, and just for me, it's just kind of like I get a lot of fear and anxiety, you know, because I know what I'm supposed to be doing and I'm not doing it. I'm complacent, you know, I'm lazy. I just don't have the energy. And I feel like when life has beat you down so bad, back to back to back, you just get to a point where you're like, yo, I know what God wants me to do, but how do I even start? What do I say? What do I do? And God is like, just start. I'm like, how? Right? And God is like, you know, I have to go back and clean my house. I don't want to even think about that apartment, but I have to be obedient. So I'm just really tired. That's been my cop out. That's been my excuse. And yeah, I've been making food And tiredness might cop out excuses. So I don't know. I think my life is shifting, but today is just one of those days where God is really reprimanding me, and I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, I feel it. I feel it. But like I said, I really wanted to go out and like do what God was calling me to do Monday and yesterday. Oh, Monday and today, because today's Tuesday. But this weather, it was raining bad, raining really bad. But I don't know. I thought I would be like more energetic, more whatever when making this video. I just come up with y'all pray for me. Things are getting better though. I'm not gonna lie. I just have to be patient, and I have to start taking action. I feel like I just completely gave up on life, because so many things have come at me, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm not doing that. But God is like, then, you want your life to change, and I'm giving you ideas. I'm giving you things that can put you in a position where you're not in this position, but you're not moving on it. So if you don't move on what I tell you or what I give you, but then you're complaining about, but I gave you the idea, I gave you the instruction, and you just took it, right? So that's what I have to work on. When God tells me to do something, he's not just telling me to tell me, he's telling me because it's going to be life-changing. If he told me to sit down and start the book, start it. Work on it. Because that could be what ends the poverty within my family, the lack within my family, is that book. If he tells me to start a clothing line, hey, start the clothing line. Whatever it is. But God is just like, I'm not going to tell you to do something, but you haven't completed any of the other things that I told you, or you're not working on the other things I'm telling you. Right? And he gave me this idea for this book. I started writing it, I believe, back in November of last year. I believe it's November. Well, January. Yes, January. I just feel like I'm looking back on old notes, and God did give me this word for this book back in January. It's been about 4 months, and some things that I'm going back over there, that he's telling me, they're still very much like, like keep fighting, He starting a podcast. Wanted me to get serious about my walk. Telling me to be obedient. Why am I running? He's talking to me, but I don't think I'm always listening. He wants me to fast. I just like, just oh Lord, just things of that nature. You dig? So I'll get it right, essentially. But I just feel like all the things that have happened to me, I'm still like, I'm wanting to find comfort. In the season of my life, I ain't gonna find that comfort, you know? But I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. Things are going well. Don't get it twisted, but I'm still struggling with a lot of things, and it's just a lot. It's just a lot, and I feel very, very overwhelmed. But I just feel like my laziness, my complacency, has gotten the better of me, and I'm just at this point. I'm just like, fuck it. Excuse my language. But it won't always be like this. Maybe within the next month or two, or the next couple of weeks, I'll start writing back on my book. But today won't be that day. It won't be that day. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you for watching this video. Just know that you're not alone in anything that you're going through. I'm right there with you. Our struggles might be similar. Our struggles might be different, but know that, God got us at the end of the day. But it's our responsibility to, like, if you're a follower such as myself, it's our responsibility to be obedient and to do what the Lord is asking us to do. But He also understands. Just have that quiet time, talk with Him, and, He'll see you through. All right. I'm going to start being more consistent as far as, like, my videos are concerned. Excuse the motorcycle in the back. But I'm just going to start being more consistent. Yeah. But on that note, guys, I appreciate you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.